Hi everyone, I'm here with the pieces from my Dahlia dress. This dress has yielded an enormous number of appliques and a lot of hem and everything, so I'm going to try to give you some really good prices on these because there is so much of it available. Let's start with the bodice. I should tell you that this dress is off-white. Off-white satin and tulle, and these appliques are a little bit unusual. I'm going to zoom in and show you the panel right here in the middle of the dress, and you can see that stitching there, the crosshatch stitching. That's somewhat unusual. There's this little panel right there, and I just want to let you know that was just added afterwards, and it's just stitched into the bodice, so that's easy to remove. Let's look at the sleeves. Now remember, the bodice may be a real challenge to use because you cannot remove the appliques from the bodice without losing beading unless you get very creative and start gluing or sewing on the back. But the sleeves are completely on tulle, so you will be able to cut around all of the appliques on the sleeve without problems. This is the cuff part, and as you can see, the amount of beading is crazy. I'm going to zoom in a little closer to show you too that there are also rice beads there and bugle beads right here. There are some sequins there as well. On different parts of the dress, you'll find that the sequins have changed color, that they are yellowed. They are not all the way to gold, but they have certainly yellowed. But it does vary according to where on the gown exactly you're looking. There's an example of one of the gorgeous, gorgeous appliques that's on the sleeve. And look, let me show you this too. See this right here? Again, you've got this clear bugle bead work, which is very unusual. I'll just show you the back really fast, since the back's obviously going to be a lot more simple than the front. There you have it. This is what the back looks like. So this is the bodice, piece number 1, and I am asking $12 for the bodice. Next we have the bow. So off-white pale cream satin with the pearl band going around it. It is in excellent condition, and I'm asking $2.50 for the bow. You are now looking at item 3, which is the large panel. When I say large, I am talking, it is about 6 feet wide, side to side there, and about 28 inches long or high at the deepest point there. Deep, that's a good word for it, I guess. So this has hem work on it, which is what you're looking at right now. I'm going to zoom in and let you see the intensity of the beadwork here. Heavy, heavy beading there. Then we have this embroidery around the hem there, and then onto another panel of the heavily beaded part. Moving up from here, you have a section with several appliques that are just on the tulle backing, as well as some, and like there for instance, that are partly on tulle and partly on the satin. Moving all the way up to the top, and I'm going to zoom in up there, you have another sort of medallion piece. This one is not very heavily beaded, but it has the interesting stitching, including that cross hatching right there. So one thing I want to show you, and that is different and unusual about this gown, as including the stitching is unusual, the different types of beads are unusual, but lots of the beads on this are actually hanging. I'm trying to find somewhere where I can show you this. Right there, can you see how like the thread is like really loose and the beads coming out? There are many, many places where that's the case. Oh, here's another one right here, see? Now it's interesting because by and large they're not falling off, but I cannot fix all these. There's just way too many. It wouldn't be feasible, but I just want to let you know I am aware of that. But most of them will be fine. They will stay put, okay? So this large panel, and as I said, we're talking like 6 feet wide here, folks. This large panel, number 3, I'm asking $15 for. Number 4 is the hem, and this is one piece of it. I have 7 yards of it available. This piece is actually over 1 yard and is separate from the rest. Some of it is on satin and tulle, as this piece is. Some is just on tulle. I will be cutting around the applique. You cannot really remove this from the satin backing. It needs to be cut, but I can tell you that it really still looks very beautiful. I'm not sure if I have a piece to show you so you can get the idea, but it's really not a big deal with this particular piece. It is very, very, very fancy, and it's also very shabby. There is a piece of dirt right there on the satin. In case you see that, don't worry about it. It does not affect the applique in any way. It's just on the satin. So I have 7 yards available of hem, and I am asking $3.50 per yard, and it will be cut for you. Number 5 are sets that are on tulle backing, and what that means, of course, is that you don't have any satin around the pieces, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So where I've taken it off, it's just tulle on the back, no satin. This is one of the pieces, and you will have the clear sequins. There's some rice beads on there, as well as the round beads. That is one style. Here is another style. There's a variety of shapes and sizes. I'm going to pull out again, show you a couple more here. Each set has 7 mixed pieces. The longest are, this is one of the absolute longest ones here, and it's, I'm trying to see, it's about 12 inches long, but you can always cut them shorter. These work very well to be cut shorter or into smaller pieces. So each set will have 7 pieces in it, uncut $8.75 or cut 11, and that still works out to only what, $1.50 per piece, I think. So yes, number 5, sets on tulle, 7 sets of 7 pieces each, $8.75 or $11. Number 6 is the sets that are on satin, and these are less expensive because they will have the satin border. So this is 2 of the examples. These pieces themselves are exactly the same. They have the same beading and everything on there, but they do have the satin. They will have the satin border. This is one that I've cut out, and I'll show you what I mean. When you flip it over, this one only had it on part of it, but see how you've got this border here? Like that. But when you flip it, you really don't notice it, do you? I think these work very well. I really do. So number 6 is sets on satin. My goodness, all these S's are driving me crazy. I have 6 sets available, 7 pieces per set. Uncut is $7. That's just $1 per piece, or cut by me, $10 per set of 7. Next, and we are almost at the end here, this is number 7, the small panel. This has one of those medallions that we saw earlier, not the super beaded, heavily beaded type, but the type with the crossed hatch stitching on it, plus 2 really good size appliques all connected together. So this is number 7. I only have one of these, and I'm asking $3 for this piece. And finally, number 8 is a peplum panel. I have 2 of these available. As you can see, everything is on satin on this, and it is absolutely stunning. This going up at the angle is the hem. So you have the beaded, the heavily beaded pieces, just like that there. And then you have, zoom out again, appliques on the satin. And there are 1, 2, that's the small one up there, 3, 4 complete appliques. I believe on both of them. There's also a half of one. But so you're getting a big piece of the hem basically, plus 4 good sized appliques. I have 2 of these available, and I am asking $5.50 each. As always, please comment below if you would like any of these pieces. If you'd rather send me a PM, that's fine, but please try to leave the time that you left the message within your message, time and time zone, as it does help me to sort out which requests I get in which order. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you like my Dahlia dress. Bye bye.